Are you a content creator with over 100,000 subscribers? I'm sure it's taken you quite some time to build a loyal fan base, a community of people who trust you and your opinions and recommendations. In this video, I want to show you the importance of launching your own CPG brand, the impact it'll have on you and your life, and the power that it gives you to control your own destiny, which honestly is everything that I do in life is driven about helping people be in control of their own revenue stream and life. Because I believe that that's what leads to true happiness. Doing things for others or the stress that comes with it, it's just not my cup of tea. So, who am I? My name is Michael Alfaro, and I'm the founder of Master Food Lab. Here we help brands and content creators just like yourself launch game-changing innovative snacks into market. We help them from idea all the way to shelf without having to know anything about CPG or market research, supply chain, audience, none of that. We handle it all for them by doing it with them. And I just wanted to highlight a couple things to why I believe this video is so important for you, and I appreciate your time. You can change the stigma around how influencer marketing is done. 93% of companies leverage influencer marketing. I say leverage because truthfully that's what they're doing. They're paying for all the hard work that you've put in to build your audience, to build a trusting, loyal fan base. And they're gonna pay you $1, and these are real stats, and generate on average $5.2 for every $1 they spend on you. I have to pause for a second because that's insanity. The influencer marketing industry is a $14 billion industry. Now, that accounts for capital spent into the industry on people like yourself. But when you actually take out what that yields, it's closer to $80 billion. Now, how much money is left on the table? I believe the next wave is that creator brands will drive the future for CPG. And I want to make the massive, massive impact by being one of the key people helping people like yourself, content creators like yourself that have put in the hard work, build something for you for the long term. So in this video, we're going to dive deep into 3 key things that are going to help you launch a CPG brand, building and owning your future and controlling your destiny and revenue, which honestly is super exciting. So let's dive in. The first thing I want to dive into is the importance of building your own CPG brand and the impact it has on long-term equity. What does that mean? Well, it's not just about the sales. Yes, you can launch a merch company or a product-based business, and yes, you're gonna generate sales, which is phenomenal because that leads to cash in the account right now. But where my heart truly lies in that I know right now you guys are creating content and there's a way to generate revenue, either in a form of brand sponsorship deals, leveraging your audience, right? Where they're able to drive the sale and ultimately end up with that customer over time to service them, creating a long-term value from that customer that might be 3, 4, 5, or even more X multiple on the amount that they paid you. And on the other side of that, you're able to monetize your actual content. But that can lead to so many other things. And where content is still gonna be the bulk of the effort that you're putting into driving your audience, your engagement, your personality, and your digital presence, having a physical, tangible product that aligns with who you are and what you believe drives true value. And here is the magic. This is the critical piece of the puzzle. That is why I'm not a big believer in that, oh yeah, just launching a t-shirt brand with a cool logo is gonna help you build long-term value. It might help you build value today, but unless you build that into its own brand, and unless you are able to drive that brand means something to your community, there is no long-term value play within it. But if there's a product, say a better for you option or something that helps someone's insecurities or helps them, find a nighttime snack or drink a better for them beverage and that is why those brands are winning. Why do you think brands like Logan Paul and KSI's Prime is literally going up against Gatorade, something that has been in the market for so many years and has been a dominant player with mass distribution? Then you have these two content creators that truly know how to create content that impacts their community, and they built a brand around a physical product that is a consumable, consumer packaged goods. Something that is consumed churns at a much, much faster rate. So you buy it, you consume it, and you need to buy it again. So what does that lead to? Repeat sales and long-term value for that customer. As you expand from a direct-to-consumer play, servicing just your audience through your channels or through your e-commerce store, and you move into maybe a more broader distribution play like they did, or if you look at Mr. Beast and what he's done with Feastables, they're basically capitalizing on their audience, the engagement, the community, and the loyal recommendations that those fans are actually considering from those individuals, those content creators, and they've built an unbelievable brand around it. Feastables is on track to do hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. Going into their first year of business, they did close to 10 million launch on their first month. When you look at stats like that, and yes, Mr. Beast is the greatest and one of the best YouTube content creators in the game, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. That actually means the opposite. I'm a true believer that you can do it. If you have enough of a loyal fan base, you should be thinking about how to bring a product that aligns with your consumers and the values that you feel they align with, because they're following you for a reason and you're providing some level of valuable content. Well, how do you create that into a physical extension of a product? And now you have a business. This product can not only generate revenue today, but will build a longer term value play for you. What does that mean? Well, you're seeing right now multiples of top line revenue. So say you made $1 million in top line revenue of anywhere between 7 to 17x multiples on value. When you dive deeper into how that company is valued in market, is whether you're in the food and beverage industry, whether you're in the lifestyle industry, and the food and beverage industry generally has on top line 7 to 10x multiples, but it all dives deeper into how rooted is that brand with those products, how unique is that product, what is the market landscape, how many competitors are there, and there's so much more that you have to unfold to find the true value. But at the end of the day, as you continue to build a business, let's look 5, 7, 10 years into the future. You've put all these hours into creating content and your audience is growing. But through that time, you are actually able to drive value to a business that is independent of all the content you create, but is a piece of the puzzle. Now this business becomes a longer term play that on its own 5, 7, 10 years from now might be doing multiple millions of dollars per year, and the value of that business as an entity is so much more. Where you truly can, if you'd like, dedicate more time into building that brand because you see the upside, you see the opportunity in the space. And so the most important aspect of this entire thing is you truly understanding that by launching your own CPG brand, a physical, tangible product, in my opinion, that is a consumable, is something that aligns with your audience, will build long-term value. And you might be thinking, Mike, it's easy for you to say, you know exactly the step-by-step playbook of how to get it done, and you're doing this right now for some of the largest brands and content creators in the game, but I don't even know where to start. I have no idea, and honestly, you don't. That is why I'm here. The next few years, I am so focused on helping content creators build creator-based brands, launch innovative, functional snacks into market, things that align with their audience, because I believe the next wave is that CPG growth, is the creator-based brands, and no longer brands that are leveraging or utilizing influencers and content creators to grow their brands. So on to step 2. But Before we go there, you might be thinking to yourself, man, this sounds awesome. I want to launch my own brand. I want to be controlled my own destiny and drive my own revenue, just eliminating the need to lean on brand sponsorship deals. Well, if that's the case, then let's schedule a free strategy call, a one-on-one, me and you. And let's dive deep into your audience. What brand aligns with the values and the content you're creating, and how I can help you build a game plan to launch your CPG brand and be in control of your world. And if not, then let's continue with 2. But click the link below, let's schedule that free strategy call, and let's jump on a call. All right, on to thing 2. The second thing is all around finding the product that drives true value. What is that just magic product that aligns with who you are, where you're going, what you stand for, the content you create, and ultimately the value that it's providing your community? Well, I like to look at this in a 3-prong approach, and there's 3 key things that we look at and we'll dive deep into, which is first, understanding who your audience is. The demographics, are they women, are they male, the age, where do they live, what are their buying patterns, where do they spend money, where do they shop, what are the things that drive them or that excite them or motivate them, like trying to truly understand who it is you're servicing. The more you know about them, the easier it's going to be to connect the other 2 pieces to find that valuable product. The second key piece is, what is the niche that you live in? I love looking at the niche because you cannot be everything to everyone. The deeper you go at servicing or trying to solve a problem, the easier it's going to be for you to create a game-changing product that means something to your community, ultimately adding value, connecting them to you and your brand, even at a deeper level. And so understanding your niche, right? How detailed are you in what is the problem that you're solving with the content you're creating, or the value that you're adding to their lifestyle? And why are they coming to your channel? Why are they coming and watching you or spending time with you through your content? So understanding your niche. And the third key piece is the trends that are happening in the market around the industry in which you're looking to launch a CPG brand in. In my case, let's talk about the trends around functional foods or better for you snacks. Every single day, there is someone that is looking to make a better choice. It doesn't have to be 20 grams of protein with 0 grams of sugar. It just has to taste amazing. It has to be something that they enjoy eating or drinking, and it aligns with their lifestyle. But what better way than to give someone an option that aligns with their eating habits, their lifestyle, or what they believe in? Whether that's a vegan product, a gluten-free product, because they have celiac, or so many other factors. Maybe they don't want to eat sugar, so it's a low sugar product. Maybe they're looking to bring in high protein throughout the day just because they're on the go constantly, and you're able to serve them a quick on the go item that adds true functionality, true value that they're putting into their body, but at the same time, they're ultimately enjoying that product. And that is what I think will be the game-changing combination. So let's bring that back, right? You have your audience on this side. You have the trends that you're servicing in the industry that you're going after, and the niche in which you want to be known for or you want to go deep at. And when you look at all 3 of those, right in the middle sits your true valuable product. And all of this is things that I will help you dive in, because each one is an animal on its own and has a lot of nuances to try to figure it out, right? There's a ton of data that we're going to be able to pull, but we do have to go deeper into your set to try to figure out what is the product for you and your audience that's going to make the most valuable impact on their life. So on to thing 3. Honestly, the most important by far and most complex is understanding everything that it takes in supply chain. From idea and concept, all the way to bringing that product and brand to life, seeing it on the shelf, which is honestly where I get the most amount of joy. From our first conversation and concept, our ideation, all the way to a product sitting on shelf, it takes countless hours and tons of hard work. But honestly, when you see that product and you're holding it in your hands and it's real, it's tangible, all of that hard work was so worth it. So I want to help you understand and look into the world of the pieces of the puzzle that it takes to manage and set up your supply chain properly. And this is not only into the branding aspect where it's, most people go, we need a logo, we need a website, blah, 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 right? Yes, all of that is critical and it is important, right? But most of you probably understand the basics around launching a brand and creating a presence online. Yes, you do need a brand. Yes, you do need proper elements, logos, etc. And yes, you're ultimately going to need an e-commerce store or a place to sell that item. But let's dive a step deeper into supply chain. So the first step is when we look at, we've aligned, say step 2, we've aligned on what that true valuable product is for you, that you are all excited about. Now we have to go to the drawing board to whip up an unbelievable recipe from scratch that aligns with all of the things you want that product to do. We'll create that product from sourcing the ingredients to actually creating that recipe to ultimately providing samples where we will go back and forth trying to figure out taste, texture, flavor, appearance, and so much more. But once that product is final and it's approved, then starts a little bit more of the complex stuff, which is that product needs to be sent for shelf life testing, where it is a 90-day cycle, and every 30 days, it'll give us how stable that product is on the shelf. So you see all those expiration dates you see on products. The way they figure out that expiration date is that for how long is that product fit for human consumption, right? And there's labs that do the testing on that, right? Where that's stability, humidity, and exposure to multiple elements. And so we send that product out properly packaged to shelf life studies in labs. That is going to give us, okay, this product is good for 12 months on shelf, which is where we focus and where we take our products, right? Most of our products are baked goods, and 12 months is the ideal time in market where you're able to keep an unbelievable tasting product, but at the same time, have it long enough where you're able to go mass distribution, get it into distributors, retailers, and all that, and give them the ability to sell that product, right? Is that all is a piece of the puzzle? Then you have the shelf life study back and you send your product to another lab. Now we're gonna send our product to a third-party lab for nutrition fact panel, certificate of analysis on nutritionals. And there we're gonna find out how many calories this product has, the fat, the sugars, the protein, the fiber, and so much more. That is what creates the nutrition panel that you see on the back of all the products. From there, we now have a nutrition facts panel. We have confidence that our product is going to sit on the shelf and be great over time, shelf stability. We then move into packaging design. So we'll have dye lines for both the film that wraps around the product and protects the product. That needs to be designed. That has to apply with FDA regulations and all these other bodies that are looking at, what claims you're making, are you putting all the proper information on it, etc. We slap on that NFP panel, and now that dye line and the box are ready to print. We'll send those out to printers. Printers then will return those boxes and films to us, which will then give us all that we need from a packaging material standpoint. We'll source all of our raw materials, set you up on a production schedule, and run the production schedule to manufacture your product. Whether we manufacture or we lean on a third-party manufacturer to bring your product, your CPG product that you envision to life, we'll help you through that process to ensure that the manufacturing relationship is sound. Where most companies fall short is that they lean on a manufacturer that either cannot continue and keep up with their scale, they aren't following proper regulations, or they're just skimming by with an unregulated facility, or they just don't have the ability to facilitate the resources that you need to build and scale a brand where you can just rely on them as your partner. Because manufacturing companies, the people that make that product for you, are the livelihood of your product. If they have long lead times, if you can't get a hold of the person that is actually running the plant, if there's no relationship there, if they just don't care to run your product or they delay you, there's just so much that goes into having the right manufacturing partner, and we will help you set that up and ensure that it's sound, which will give you the confidence to focus on building your brand. And once we have that product manufactured and it's packaged, now it's ready to be shipped or sold. So who houses that product? Do you have a 3PL, a third-party logistics partner that is holding your inventory and shipping when those orders are coming into your site? All of those aspects, we will help set it up, and we will make sure that it's ready to rock when you turn the lights on and you go live to sell your first product. That is the importance of having a partner that understands the supply chain better than anybody else. And again, there are so many aspects of this, right? But knowing how to take a product from concept and idea through all the loopholes, proper regulation, to product on shelf that is sellable and that gets to your consumers the way that you've envisioned it is critical, and why it is the most important step in the entire process. Listen, the world of CPG brands are complex and vast. But if you're serious about building something for you, something that grows in long-term value, that adds true value to your audience, and at the same time gives you the freedom to do something that is an extension of your digital presence, then you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. I am freeing up some time on my schedule, and I would love to set up a one-on-one call with you. The only thing I ask is that you are serious about putting in the work to make this happen and launch your own CPG brand. Why? Because I am only taking 5 people, that's right, 5 content creators, to help them launch their own CPG brand. The amount of work that we have to put in to bring that to life is immense. But I truly believe that the impact that I can help you make is so far beyond your dreams that very, very few would look back and say, I should have done that call. Don't leave it to a what if. It's a free call. So set your time on the calendar and let's set up a one-on-one call where we dive deep to help you figure out how to launch your CPG brand. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Click the link below and let's talk soon.